Hey Star family, we are back with the Mackenzie Child's Rosy Check Collection cooking review. Remember when I told you guys in my pink kitchen makeover video that I posted I think a couple of days ago, I told you guys that I bought these beautiful pots right here. These beautiful pots, I bought them for, you know, it was an impulse buy. I'm a Sagittarius and a woman. Blame me, it's okay. I bought them because I was doing a makeover for my kitchen and I wanted it to be a pink kitchen, and I just knew that these pots, very loud pots, I just knew that these pots would be the best addition. And so I bought the entire collection in Rosy Check and in Courtly Check. However, I have never used these pots before, and I have never seen anyone else using these pots. I've never seen anyone cooking with these pots, and I have searched the internet for months trying to find a review, and the only reviews that I would find of this cookware was on Mackenzie Child's website, but it was just how pretty it looked. No one talked about how it could bake a ham or how it could fry an egg. Like, no one said anything about it, but it was just how it looked. That should have given me pause. But I was determined to get my cute cookware. As you know, I am not a stranger to adorable cookware. I am a Le Creuset collector, professional, if you will. And I have a wonderful Le Creuset collection filled with beautiful pots that can cook their face off and take a beating. So it wasn't that crazy for me to assume that cookware that is in the same price range will be able to hold up just like Le Creuset. But again, I hadn't seen any reviews, and I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to be the one to make the Mackenzie Child's cookware review. If I haven't seen it, I need to be the one to probably do it. I need to be the solution to the problem. And that's what we are doing today. I am making an entire feast at my Mackenzie Child's Rosy Check cookware collection. The first item that we are going to be making today in our Rosy Check collection feast is a soup, my famous vegetable healing soup. I make it all throughout the year. I just change the ingredients due to what's in season. And I'm going to be making it in this beautiful Mackenzie Child's Rosy Check stock pot. I'm like, what is this huge thing? Stock pot. I haven't seen any reviews on this. I have not seen any recipes. I am just going to use the recipe that I have and cook how I normally cook my soups in my Le Creuset pots. So hopefully this stands up under the pressure, because this was one of the first items that I bought, because as you know, I am a what? Say it with me. Soup hoe. And because I'm such a soup girl, soup hoe, I have a lot of soup pots, and this was a great addition to that. I hope that it can stand the test of my healing soup. After I make my healing soup, the next item that I am going to make is a one-pot pasta here in this brazier, right? It's a brazier. If it's not, I'll put the correct name of what it is in this large, it's huge guys, in this large brazier. I am a little nervous to make it in this brazier because my one-pot pasta has a lot of colorful ingredients, and I'm hoping that it doesn't stain the white enamel inside this pot. But we'll see. That's what this review is for. We're going to figure it out together. And alongside my one-pot pasta, I am going to make a ground chicken topping for the pasta. This recipe comes from my obsession with Nordstrom Cafe in Glendale in the Americana. They have this chicken sausage pasta dish that I have to get every time I go there. It's so good, it's so delicious, it's so flavorful. It fills me up, and every time I am in the Glendale area, I stop by Nordstrom to get that pasta dish. And the blackberry spritzer, oh, it's so good. So good. But we're going to make a ground chicken topping dish in here and just mix it in with the one-pot pasta, or add it alongside how we see fit. And the only reason why I'm doing that and not mixing everything together is because some of my family, they're going to be enjoying this feast as well. They don't eat meat. So I'm being respectful of the non-meat eaters. And because every meal needs a vegetable side, I'm going to be making in this pan right here, the Mackenzie Child's Rosy Check pan. I do not know the size of this. I will have to look it up, and I'll put everything in the video alongside the ingredients that I'm going to be using for everything that I'm making. But in this pan, I am going to make pan-seared broccolini. It is my family's favorite side dish, so I have to make it. And last, but certainly not the least, I'm going to make a tomato confit. Again, I can make it all in the one pot pasta, but there are also family members who are going to be eating this dish who have acid reflux. So I am going to make this, I guess, like a little a la carte dish. So if you want tomato confit, if you want meat in your one pot pasta, you can add it in instead of just mixing everything together. And also it allows me to use all of the pots in this collection. So a win is a win. And that's it, guys. Let's get started on this feast. We're first going to start off with the soup. Here are the ingredients. So now that you have seen the ingredients, let's get to cooking. The first two things that we are going to start cooking first are the soup and the tomato confit. Here's why. They both need about an hour or so before they are ready. So the soup needs about an hour just so the stock could get a little flavorful, and then I'll add in the rest of the items for the soup. But first I'm going to start off with just getting the stock to a boil and then allowing it to simmer on medium heat with just the turkey leg and a few aromatics. That process really solidifies a flavorful broth. I make my soups like that all the time and I get the best compliments. So make the broth first and then add in the rest of your ingredients. So just the broth with aromatics and a meat if you choose. I like to use meat just because I like the flavor, and also the collagen from the bones. This sounds crazy, but it's true. The collagen from the bones of the meat just really gives the broth a nice texture. But you do not have to use meat for this process. You can just use aromatics and water. But this is how I make my healing soup. And now to the confit. I need about an hour or so because when you confit, which is a French word for just slow cooking, you need about an hour or so to cook all of your ingredients together to really get that savory flavor. It just makes everything so delicious, and I use that method of cooking a lot, and I am telling you, it makes a huge difference. And shameless plug, if you want to know how to make garlic confit, just watch my video right here. Now let's get into it. And if you notice that the hair is different, there is a reason. I am a natural. I straighten my hair like 3 or 4 times a year. For some reason, I decided to do it today, and I don't know why, because I'm going to be in the kitchen for hours and my hair is already reacting to the heat. So if you are a natural girl or a frizzy girl, don't do what I just did. Yeah, let's make this soup. And the confit. It smells so good in here. I'm ready to eat right now. The reason why I want to talk to you guys first before I made the confit is to let you guys know, full disclosure, I have already been cooking in this saucepan. I've been using this since I opened the package, and I've been using it to make my breakfast every morning, which is oatmeal. My sister has also used this pot to boil eggs, but I think she left the eggs in the pot for too long. Don't worry, she's banned from using Mackenzie Childs and La Crusade. She's a menace. Love her down, but terror in the kitchen. Anyway, I hope I can show you guys right here, but the stain is right here. And I have tried everything to get this stain out. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm gonna do my best to show you. If you can see it, that's awesome, but there's a little stain there, I guess from when the water was evaporating and I guess it started to burn. So there's a little stain there that I have not been able to get out. But I also have not tried their baking soda method that they said, the baking soda paste. I haven't tried that yet. I'm going to try that when I finish cooking in this today. So full disclosure, I have already used this and I like it. No complaints, I use it every day. We're gonna see how it makes this confit. And normally when you confit anything, you cook it very slow and long on 250 for about 1 to 2 hours. Because this is already stained a bit, I'm a little nervous because I'm making tomato confit, so I don't know if it's going to stain it permanently or if it's going to be temporary. I don't know, but I'm taking a huge risk, so I don't want to cook it for too long. So instead, I'm going to cook it on 300 degrees for an hour. And that's a pretty good confit time. I normally like to do 1 to 2 hours or until I smell it, but because I'm a little nervous about the staining, I'm only going to cook this for an hour. Let's get into it. So the confit is almost done. I just checked it. It looks and smells amazing. I just checked my soup broth as well. It is ready to go. I just need to remove the peppercorns and the bigger pieces that I put in for flavoring. I'm gonna set those things aside. They are going to go back into the soup, but first I want to add the carrots, the celery, the chopped peppers, and I want to add my own little seasonings. I'm not going to tell you how to season this. You can season it to taste, or you can stay tuned and watch my upcoming video on my healing springtime, summertime soup. I'm going to do a more intricate video. The only reason why I'm not giving you so much is because there's a lot of dishes to cook, and I don't want this video to be too long. I think I'm too late. This might be a long one, but I want to try to cut down as much as I can. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to remove the bigger pieces from the soup, add in my seasonings, and then I'll set those other things aside because I want to put them back in the soup after it's all finished cooking. I do it every time and it just makes a delicious soup. I'm so ready to eat. I hate this. To the chefs and the cooks out there, when you're cooking, do you get frustrated because you're ready to eat now and stuff is not done? Because you're cooking it? Let me know, because that's where I'm at, girl. Ah, that hurt. Jesus. Oh, this has to go back. So all of this, I'm going to set aside. Do not throw it away. It goes back into the soup, just not right now. We are finally done. My kitchen is a mess. My bang has grew like 3 inches in size because of all the heat. But I am satisfied, guys. Everything looks so delicious. I cannot wait to dig in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat first, and then I'm going to soak the pots in warm soapy water. I'll clean the pots, and then I'll come back to you with my final review. Oh, and just a quick tip on the confit. I actually blended the tomatoes and all of the herbs that I put in the confit along with the shallots, and I separated the oil from the confit. I'm going to put this in the fridge and use it throughout the week for whatever meals I make, soup, sauces, stews, whatever. That's what I am going to use it for. All right, let's eat. I had to show you guys the final results. Everything looks so delicious, so divine. That soup, oh my God. And here is the tomato confit, all blended up. And that's the broccolini. Ah, this looks delicious. Let's eat. We are finally done. Thank the Lord. This has been a journey. My hair has doubled in size and I have literally been cooking for hours, but it was worth it. Let's talk about these pots. So the first pot up for discussion is the the Mackenzie Child's 7-quart stock pot. I have to be honest with you guys, I love it. I love this stock pot. If you are unsure about anything else to get in this collection, I would highly recommend this stock pot. I love the way it cooked my soup. I love the way it heated up. It was an easy cleanup, a couple of swipes with my Scrub Mommy, the sponge side, and it was back to normal. I really like this. This one will probably get more use out of the entire collection just because it cooked beautifully. And I do not have a pot this size, so if I need to cook a huge dish, like a huge soup or a huge stew, I'm absolutely going to use this pot. Let me show you inside. This is what it looks like after the cleanup. You see? Back to normal. Here is what the bottom looks like. I'm not really concerned about that because I feel like this is going to get scratched up a bit because of my stove. So I'm fine with that. I have a gas stove with iron grill, so it's going to get a little scratched up. I also just noticed this. I don't know if that happened while cooking or if it happened before. I'm pleased. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I don't think it'll be in everyday use, but I was not expecting much and it impressed me. Next up, we have the Rosy Check 5-quart casserole dish. I will say for the casserole pots, the handles are a little rickety. Like I'm gonna have to get my screwdriver and screw these handles back on. Both casserole dishes had rickety handles. I don't know what's going on over there in manufacturing, but tighten up, literally. But I love the way that this made my 1-pot pasta. It cooked it beautifully. It allowed me to layer flavors really well. I am not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. Here is what it looks like inside of the pot. Brand new, brand new. And here's the bottom. Full disclosure, this didn't cook for long. The pasta cooked for about 10 minutes and then I took it off of the heat. So this was not a difficult meal and I wouldn't suggest doing a difficult meal in these pots. Next up is the 3-quart casserole dish, the Mackenzie Child's Rosy Check 3-quart casserole dish. Here is what it looks like inside. In this pot, I made my ground chicken side dish. I would not recommend making ground chicken in this pot. Or this casserole dish. It took a really long time for my chicken to cook all the way through, but when it did, I love the way that it was cooked. It just took a really long time to get there. More time and effort than I am willing to put into a ground meat dish. Especially when I can use my cast iron skillet that cooks it just the way I like with a little bit of crust. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Next up is the 3-quart saucepan. I actually made my broccolini here. Cooked beautifully. Cooked beautifully, no issues. Here's what it looks like inside, brand new. Here's what the bottom looks like. Easy breezy, no issues, no complaints. Last but certainly not the least, the 2.5-quart sauce pan. I made the tomato confit in here. Here's what it looks like on the inside. Here is the bottom. And this pot I actually put into my stove on 300 degrees and I cooked the tomato confit slowly for up to an hour. Here is what the top looks like inside. Great, great, great. And then bam! So I believe that it was due to the heat, the top of this lid cracked. Now I checked on the Mackenzie Child's website under each pot to see if they can go on the stove and what degrees could it go up to. In every description for each pot, it is stated that these pots can go into the oven for up to 400 degrees. I did not find that to be true for the 2.5 quart saucepan. And because of that, I am not going to take the risk and put any of these pots in the oven, except for the stock pot. That one, it did not say that this can go in the oven. But the rest of them, it was stated that they can go into the oven for up to 400 degrees. Knowing that's what it says on the website, and this being my experience, I am not going to put any more of these pots in the oven. Even if I'm doing it to warm up a dish, I am not throwing these in the oven. They will remain stove top cookware. Correction, the stock pot can go into the oven for up to 400 degrees. I'm not going to risk it though. Like I said before, these pots are going to remain stove top cookware. So overall opinion, the cleanup was fairly easy. No issues. I love that. The care and use says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Care and use. Oven safe to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, hand wash with mild soap and dry immediately. Our enamelware exceeds both federal food safety regulations and California's Proposition 65, the strictest environmental safety standards in the U.S. Handle enamelware with care and discontinue use for food service if it becomes chipped, cracked, or broken. I have to call and see, because does that mean that I can't use my stock pot because the bottom is chipped? And I'm definitely not using this lid. That's just common sense, but oh no, I'm scared. Anyway, the mild soap that I used was Dawn Gentle Clean. Of course, I had to get it in pink. So Sagittarius moment. I literally just picked this up because it was pink. I didn't know until I went to go use it that it says Gentle Clean and 50% less scrubbing. Did not know that, so I was very thankful that it was a gentle cleanser because I would not have had anything else. So thank you, Dawn. Is this an ad? Maybe. No, it's not, but it can be. Dawn, call me. Overall opinion, this is cute, adorable, whimsical cookware, everything that I was looking for my pink kitchen. Will I use this every day? Do I believe that this is an everyday use pan? Absolutely not. These pots and pans and casserole dishes, these are not pots and pans that you can use every day. These are definitely for a special event, when you're feeling cute or when you're hosting. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these pots when I'm hosting or if I'm making a quick no frills meal. Now listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I enjoy cooking in these pots. They're really cute. They're really easy to use, but they're also very delicate. As you can see, 2 of them have already chipped and I've only used them once. That's a bit risky and concerning, especially for the price. So yes, I will cook in them again. I enjoy cooking in them, but it'll absolutely be for hosting or for an easy meal. Now, I have found through this review that the meals that were quick and did not have a lot of seasoning or intricate ingredients, I have found that they were a lot easier to cook and the cleanup was a breeze. More difficult meals or dishes that took a long time and had a lot of intricate ingredients, I found that they really gave the pots a beating. So I'll leave those dishes to my La Crusade, but if I'm making something easy like a pasta or a soup, hello, a easy soup, a light soup. Not my more difficult meals that take a lot of time, but a nice easy dish, you can absolutely use this cookware and probably every day, but you would have to be so careful. And for everyday cooking, you need pots that can take a beating. So am I pleased with my investment? Slightly. The chipping of the enamelware so early on kind of was a bit of a turnoff, but I still am a bit pleased with my purchase. Like, you can't beat how cute these pots are. And I did have a good time cooking in them. It wasn't that bad, but I just had the realization that I cannot use these for a long time or every day or for difficult dishes. Also, these pots, all of them, heat up fast. I did like that. I really, really did. There's no slow cook time here. They heat up immediately. And I started with low to medium heat. These pots were already hot and ready to go. So I did enjoy that. So keep in mind, when you do decide to cook, they heat up very easily. So keep in mind, when you do decide to cook with these pots, do not put them over an open flame because they will heat up quickly and burn your pan. Don't ask me how I know. But it cleaned up easily. It cleaned up easily. So that is my overall opinion for the Mackenzie Childs Rosy Check Cookware collection. I'm not going to do a review for the Mackenzie Childs Courtly Check collection. I bought the Rosy Check and Courtly Check collection together because I'm a Sagittarius. We're impulse people. We just make impulse decisions in life, in cookware, and in men, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm not going to do a review for the Courtly Check collection because I believe that it will cook the same. Overall thoughts, I think if you want to get something cute and whimsical, do it. Just know this is not an everyday pan. If you're looking for an everyday pan, I would highly recommend La Crusade, but I am not mad at my purchase. So thank you all so much for stopping by my channel. I hope this review helped you. If you had any burning questions, if you still have questions, please drop them down in the comment section below. And if you have this cookware collection, please give me any advice, tips, or tricks, or recipes. Let me know in the comment section below. And please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you soon for something else. Bye. Mwah! I'm going to bed, girl.